The war in Ukraine is over. It's only a matter of when it ends. Ceasefire is a pretty good start. I know we were supposed to begin with a 30-day ceasefire, but we got an Easter ceasefire. And, you know, Pete, once soldiers start to get the hang of not getting killed for 24 hours, it takes over. You know, it's a compulsion to stay alive. The average age of the Ukrainian soldier is 43 to 45 years old. Young soldiers, of course, are exempt from fighting on the front lines. So this tells you is that everyone's trying to avoid being the last person killed in that war. I think there's a pretty good chance that there'll be a permanent ceasefire there. Now, it may take number of months, maybe even a couple of years to get to it, as we did during the Vietnam War during my time. But look, the war is over, and Donald Trump wants to make it very clear that Joe Biden's war is not his war. And so what he's told the Ukrainians and the Russians is, you settle this or I'm out of here. What does this mean? Does it mean he's giving up on the 30-day ceasefire, or is he giving up on supporting Ukraine? I think pretty much he's given up on supporting Ukraine. Ukraine's got its walking papers here, and the only obstacle is Zelensky. So I wouldn't be surprised if Zelensky enters or exits the scene and somebody else comes in who tries to get some kind of a deal. But look, Pete, the war is over, and Donald Trump needs some runs on the board. He's not doing very well at home.
On this war, or more general, Joe? Well,
I mean, you know, with the he's trying to do some kind of deal with the Iranians, mainly to stop the Israelis from bombing Iran, which would drag the Americans in. As you know, today, a major poll says that Trump is 55% of Americans believe that he's kind of screwing up the economy. That was his high card over his first administration and up till recently. So he's having trouble with tariffs, and he's having trouble with the human rights thing, and he's having trouble with the borders. I mean, Trump is sort of painting himself in a corner, and so he needs some runs here. And I think if he can get some kind of a ceasefire, at least he can stop the killing. But the Americans are not going to bet any more money on Ukraine. Ukraine has lost the war. It's going to have to cut the best deal possible. And Pete, there is a moment for Putin here where he thinks, I think he's going to just cash in his chips. There's no more to gain. He's got the 4 oblasts. He's got Crimea. He's got 20% of the population. And he's made damn sure that NATO is not going into Ukraine, and that Ukraine will be a neutral area on his borderlands. So I think Putin's got everything he wants, and now he wants to do business with the U.S. and get those sanctions off his back.